Opposition leader Bharat Jagdeo was in the hot seat at the Ministry of the Presidency from August 1999 to December 2011, and during that period, he did not see the wisdom of decriminalizing the use of small quantities of marijuana. Now that he is no longer head of state, he wants his successor to nosedive to bell that cat. He says decriminalizing petty ganja use is a campaign promise of the PPPC, and he's lobbying for across-the-board custodial sentences for recreational users.
What triggered this is that we've seen cases where somebody has a tiny bit, one cigarette, marijuana cigarette, and they get sentenced to jail for 3 years. You have big traffickers who have a lot of money, but they have good legal representation. They don't even get any jail time.
Jagdeo suggested the approach his party will adopt to deal with small-scale users.
And so we are saying that if you find people with extremely small quantities who are for personal use, not trafficking, then we should find alternative sentencing. So one, we should have them do community work, sentence them to community work, and two, they should be sent to a rehab center, not to jail.
Pronouncing on the large-scale production of hemp, Mr. Jagdeo says his party lacks sufficient research data to make a call.
Purely for, can only have an industrial application and not recreational application. So once those research, or that research is available, we look at it.
The question of hemp cultivation and production here was posed to the government last month.
What is the government's take on the cultivation of hemp in Guyana?
Minister of State Joseph Arman reiterated that hemp is still listed by the UN Drug Organization as a narcotic. He then shed a little light on the administration's position regarding the cultivation of hemp.
And therefore, to encourage the use, to encourage the cultivation of it, will require a change in the law. It will require a change in the law. The persons who are advocating for the industrial cultivation of hemp understand that there has to be, as a first step, an effort or an attempt to have the laws changed so that it is not an illegal activity. Currently, because it is still considered to be a narcotic, the cultivation either for domestic or industrial use will continue to be an offense under our laws.
For HGP Nightly News, Sean Embrock.